Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Thursday. This is Game Day Live, brought to you by the Let's Go Devils podcast and the Primetime Radio Network, and of course, always courtesy of Mr. Sam Wu, who is here behind the glass tonight. I am your host, Shorts Guy. You can find Game Day Live streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and all those other streaming services that we have. You can download our podcast on all of your favorite podcast locations, Spotify, Apple, and all that fun stuff. I am here tonight, right before the Devils game. We apologize for being late, but we're here right before the Devils start playing the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight away at Columbus. Again, I am your host, Shorts Guy, for this very short and very sweet edition of Game Day Live, and I'm just trying to get my YouTube stuff going on here. So hello to everyone who is tuning in and watching now as we are live right before the Devils take on the BJs tonight. I see we have Max. We've got Joseph in the live chat right now. What's going on, guys? Just trying to get a link out to somebody right now myself. So the Devils go into Columbus tonight. They're coming off their victory against the St. Louis Blues, and I'm really bummed that Vinny's not here because for the first time for as long as I can remember, if ever, I correctly predicted the winning score the other night against St. Louis. So am I going to go 2-0? I doubt it. However, I am going to try and make my predictions tonight along with you all in the chat before we get out of here. But the Devils brought some revenge to St. Louis after losing to them at home, getting shut out by the same goaltender in Binnington, who the Devils were able to beat the other night away in St. Louis. So that was really good to see. Hello to Tom. Hello to Wimpy. Steven Engel. What's going on? Tom's already throwing a prediction there in the chat. We'll get to that in a little bit. Max, you're right. The Caps and the Canes are idle tonight. Yes, I saw that tonight. Jacob Allen was in net, but I did not know that it was Merlikas in net for Columbus. What's going on, Eddie? I see you joining the chat there. Yeah, so it should be a pretty good day. This is Jake Allen's return to the Devils lineup, and he just was activated the other day. We were talking about it the other day with Beer Baron on Game Day Live here. Samu does wish he was here with Shorts Guy tonight, especially because Shorts Guy on his own is quite hit or miss. And it's always fun to have Sammy here. I see Brooke Amanda and Joey have joined the chat as well. So what's going on, everybody? The Devils take on the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight. First time visiting since the loss of Johnny Gaudreau, Johnny Hockey. So that should be interesting to see, when the Devils go there. There's going to be some emotion for the Devils, I'm sure. But again, this is just another game for the Devils. And the Devils have to go in here and just continue to playing the way they are. Continue with their strong play, I guess you can call it, for sure. Going in and beating St. Louis the other night was definitely something that they needed to do. They took care of that business away at St. Louis with that 4-1 victory. Andre Palat opened the scoring there. Stefan Nason had a goal. We had Brendan Dillon and Jesper Bratt scoring goals for us. We had Markstrom getting the victory against St. Louis, so kind of getting a little revenge for them spoiling his 500-game celebration night, which was good to see. But tonight the Devils take on Columbus. They are on their way back east before they come and take on Pittsburgh Saturday for what I thought was 1 o'clock, but it's a 7 o'clock start on Saturday. So Sam Wu, you and I got to talk on for Saturday. My apologies in that. My head is everywhere and nowhere at the same time recently. But the Devils now 21-10-3, taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are 12-15-5. So obviously the Devils have got the better record than the Blue Jackets, and where we are in the Metro standings, Columbus is at the bottom of our Metro division. However, that does not mean that the Devils might not have some trouble against them. My hope is that the Devils are able to come out strong tonight, just like they did the other night. Andre Palat scoring that first and early goal, and then just continue along the way. Unfortunately, I missed most of Tuesday's game except for the first period on the radio because I had a hockey game of my own. And it was a tight one, but it was not one that we came up with a victory, unfortunately. So the Devils take on the Blue Jackets tonight. It'll be interesting to see Jacob Allen come off this injury. Beer Baron was at the last game that Jake Allen played. I can't remember exactly who it was against, but I do know it was at home. And in our group chat we have for the podcast, Beer Baron was mentioning that Jake Allen was getting up a little bit gingerly during that game. And there was definitely one play on the broadcast that I saw that just seemed like he took a shot, just wasn't looking good. So, Obviously Jake Allen back in the lineup, so they've deemed him healthy enough and ready to go. We were talking the other day on Game Day Live about the weird transactions going on where we had Poulter go down. We had, I'm drawing a blank who came up just because I'm drawing a blank and I'm on my own and I'm just trying to think who was there. If someone in the chat. Yeah, Shorts guy, you need to wear earpods. I wish I could do that while I'm in net, but I think I need to focus on my game, even though the Devils are playing. I do get the alerts on my watch when Devils are playing, and I just don't know what it is until after the game. And it was Dawes that came up. I just finally came to me now. So, everyone, good to see everyone here in the chat. Wimpy says thought Jake wasn't good to go. Glad he's back. Yeah, he was. He was reactivated the other day. I want to say right before the game against going into that St. Louis game, he was reactivated. So it is good to have him back. Let's see what Max says. Didn't know if you saw Lazard's out with the knee. I did see that today. We've got Dowling coming back in for Lazard, and it just seemed like Lazard probably practiced and he didn't feel quite right yet, and that's something that you're going to do as a pro athlete or any athlete for that matter. If it doesn't feel right, you don't push it, especially with so much of the season left to go. There were talks today about potentially shutting him down until after the holidays, so whether that's bringing him back for that Canes game on the 27th or maybe a little bit later after New Year's Eve. They weren't specific, but there is a possibility that we don't see Lazar until after Christmas, which is possible. Brooke Amanda saying she wants me mic'd up during a game. Yeah, I do. I talk to myself a lot in net because that's what a goalie tends to do is you just talk to yourself a lot because you're the only one down there and no one else can hear you, but you're also shouting at your teammates too. No, I wouldn't be cursing Brooke out. I'd probably be cursing out the guys I'm playing against or potentially, depending on the night, my defenseman in front of me because that's quite a bit. All right, thank you, Max. So he is definitely shutting him down until after the new year. When I saw that earlier today, it was a possibility. It wasn't anything set in stone. So looks like that's definitely going to happen, which is fine. I'd rather take the time. Lazar is a very big piece to our fourth line. I'd rather see them take the time, let him recover from that injury. We've got tonight, we've got Pittsburgh on Saturday, and then we've got the Rags on Monday. So it's 2 games before Christmas, and I'm sure Lazar would love to be in that game on Monday, but you know what? Forget it. If it's going to help you long term, I'd rather have him long term for the rest of the season than rush him back now. And then just let him heal properly. Because we've seen and had enough injuries over this Devils team over the course of the last couple of years. So let's see. What else we got here in the chat? Let's see. Yeah, Mike, I hope Lazar feels better too. He's our heart and soul of that line 4, so I'm right there with you. Yeah, so Selected Boy saying the BJs are on a 5-game losing streak. The Devils should not take them lightly. They shouldn't, because this is the NHL. We've seen anyone can beat anyone on any given day in this league. You've got the free-falling Rangers losing to the likes of the 32nd place team. 2 different games, 2 different teams who are 32nd in the league at the time. So anyone can beat anyone in this league. I know that's a pretty bad example right there, but it's always a good example when the Rangers are losing. But yeah, you can't take the Columbus Blue Jackets lightly because those guys are all professional athletes. They're all, the top hockey players in the world. They're playing in the NHL and they want to win every single night. That's something we've spoken about and gotten from Chico Resch. These guys, they want to win. They don't want to tank. They are there to try to do their best to win a game. So these guys are definitely going to be looking to beat the Devils. And when you have a team like the Devils coming in, it's going to cause a team like the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are on that 5-game streak, to want to try to raise their play and to try to beat them and kind of snuff out what the Devils have been doing, because the Devils have been playing very well recently. We've got those 2 big wins against the Kings and the Blackhawks at home, which we weren't used to seeing wins at home. I know Sammy and I weren't. We weren't used to seeing the Devils wins, winning at all when we were there in person. Going to St. Louis, another team that has been hot recently. The Devils snuffed them out on Tuesday night. So now you're going into Columbus. Columbus wants to snuff the Devils out, and that's a way for them to get up to play. Kind of rain on the Devils' parade, if you will, as they're going back east to go back home for some games coming up this. Got some time left before the puck drops, so it's supposed to be slated for 7 o'clock, but we all know it's about 7:08ish when they actually drop the puck. So let's start putting some predictions here in the chats. I know that there's some going back in the chat, so I'll go back and start looking at that. But again, you have the Devils versus the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight. You have Merzlikis versus Jake Allen. Jake Allen's return to the Devils net, the return to the starter net for him, which reminds me I should check my fantasy lineup to make sure that he is in my starting lineup and out of my IR. So I'll do that really quickly as we're going along here. But let's see some predictions here in the chat for in the YouTube chat, so we can start talking about this. And I'll give my prediction. Maybe if Sam Wu, if you're listening, you want to either throw your prediction in the chat or send me your prediction via text, and I'll start reading some of the ones that are going on here. We've got Tom way in the beginning, 4-2 Devils win. We had Wimpy with a 5-2 Devils victory. Joey B, I didn't catch you saying hello before, so what's going on? I know Brooke Amanda, you're not too thrilled about Jake Allen being in net, but that's okay. I have faith in Jake Allen. So does Sam. Sam Wu has all the faith in Jake Allen, even though the Girl Scouts of Las Vegas, the Girl Scouts of the greater Las Vegas area did not have the same kind of faith in Jake Allen as Sam did last year in Vegas. So the Girl Scouts of the greater Las Vegas area do not like Sam Wu or Jake Allen. So just let it be known. Select the Boys says 4-2 Devils. Let's see. Let's see if there's any more here. I did see a very lopsided Sam Wu type prediction. There it is. Joseph with a 6-0 Devils victory. Brooke Amanda saying 5-2. I'm going to assume Devils, Brooke, of course. Max is saying 7-3 Devils. Eddie, 6-2 Devils. Stephen Engel, 4-3 Devils. Wimpy, 5-1. Select the Boy, 4-2. Some of these I'm reading over, but that's okay. Survey says 5-3 Devils. Mike says 5-3 Devils as well. Yeah, right, Max. You know, Capo Caco getting traded to Seattle for almost nothing, and watch him get a hat trick would be awesome, right? Would be awesome tonight. Sam Wu, if you have a prediction, let me know. We're coming close to the 7 o'clock mark. Before we start closing this out, I'm going to say the Devils are going to win. I'm going to say that it's going to be tighter than some of the scores that are predicted here. We've got 5-3, 5-3, quite a bit. Let's see the prediction. Sam Wu says an 8-1 victory over the BJs and Penn State over SMU, 84-0. Okay, that's a big prediction for Penn State. Let's see. D Gentleman, 4-1 Devils. AJ Visco of AJ Visco Attorney at Laws has entered the chat with a 2-0 Devils victory. I'm going to go something similar to AJ. I'm not going to say 2-0 Devils. I am going to say 2-1 Devils. I'm going to say that it's going to be a tight game. I think Jake Allen's going to get a win in his return. Me going 2 in a row with correct predictions would be wild, but I guarantee that's not going to happen. I'm going to say 2-1 Devils. No idea what Vinny's thinking tonight because we haven't spoken yet today. I know he's out on assignment. Beer Baron's out on assignment. No E-Bubs, no nothing, just Shorts Guy and Shorts Guy only tonight.
Hi, so this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's...
Thanks, Sam. Sam's always got to hit the wrong button at some point, just like being online with Billy Dean. There's our music. It is I, Shorts Guy, giving you a little bit of the pregame for the New Jersey Devils versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. And make sure you tune in after the game for Devils After Dark, where Sam Wu and Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal discuss the game that was. And as Sam Wu and Vinny always say, let's go Devils.